game. More than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On one, right?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
A gain of 12 brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow, rolling to his right. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
On 2, ready?
Now it's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
To the air again, Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On second down, Freeman. 7 yards there and a first down. The Ravens at 8-4 now in the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a close one. It's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
On 1, ready?
So still 14 yards to go. Second down. Burrow will throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And Freeman lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception now. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though. Hindsight's 2020.
2020 and never defeated.
They'll look to run with Evans. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Touchdown! Devin Asiasi, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Ravens, nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. offense set at the line for this next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
This will be caught at about the 6. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll work down inside the 45. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
11 empty.
Again, it's Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 34 yards. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 33 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now Jackson on 1st down. This one caught by his tight end Andrews. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. This is caught. It's Boyd. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
12.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on third down, a field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. McPherson's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Freeman again. To about the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown. And the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes where they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that, but it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can accomplish in the second half.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
No, we changed it. Hey, report.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 39, Burrow. And that one caught downfield by Boyd. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good move to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
Back-to-back completions here to Freeman.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he loses the football a second time. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson now. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Escaping the pressure, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
11, Thomas.
Now Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 24.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. It's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
11 empty.
To the air again, Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.